So having had that sort of Turbo Bricks community and experience and form experience, how much overlap has there been in success in pulling those communities?
Mm.
They're, I imagine they're very different.
It's a very different. So the funny thing about Turbo Bricks, because it's a bunch of old guys on the internet, a lot of the Turbo Bricks guys just don't like the influencer YouTube mentality, which is
Right,
perfectly fine
right,
because
right.
there are too many guys on YouTube that are just,
Yeah,
they're pushing products, making money, which I get. They got to, you know, pay bills or whatever. But that influencer personality just gets old and annoying. So I
formulaic.
understand why the Turbo Bricks community doesn't want an influencer among them, and I've recognized that. And I try not to force my content down the Turbo Bricks community
Yeah,
because I know they know who I am. They're gonna find it if they want to watch it, and I know a
that's
lot of people that watch it don't talk about it a whole lot, but I know some
they're like
old hats in the community love my content, and I talk with them about it, and it's pretty funny because it's not they don't post about it in on
right, right.
in
Yeah,
comments or not you know
I've got to
it,
say, I mean, I really have to say, as someone who loves Volvos and has loved Volvos for a long time, and 240s specifically, I'm glad to see that there's this level of attention being
mm,
paid to them and being paid publicly.
mm-hmm.
We're really entering into an era where you really have to want to save these cars, right?
Yes, yeah,
15, 20
you
years
have to be
ago,
very intentional about it.
yes. So 15, 20 years ago, you could get your proverbial $500 Volvo, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can't get your 80s to $500 Volvo anymore, and you really have to be invested in that style, in that
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
It's a different world than it used to be.
Now I kind of beg to differ there. There are
Uh-huh.
some
You,
really
I
really
won't
good.
allow you to differ
No,
on
it's
credible
your
opinion. You
opinion
can.
is
You can.
credible and correct. However, my opinion is you can still find cheap Volvos out there. You just have to be
Oh
willing
yeah.
to take bad examples of cars. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
have to take
That
bad cars and put in the work.
that
Everybody wants a super nice car for no money, but you're
yeah,
not going to find that.
that's why I literally said $500, right? So like
Yeah.
15 years ago, you could get a running decent, reliable
Yeah.
$500 240. You can't
Yeah.
now. Like they're kind
Yeah.
of just really beat. And I mean, I think the last one I bought, it was the two, it was, it was 84 240 GL, and
Mm,
I paid $2,000 for it.
mm,
In good shape, North Carolina car, whole life. I mean,
yeah.
that's about as low as you're going to get for a functioning, working,
Yeah. That's
you
not a
know,
whole lot.
no rust kind of car. Well, except for the butt cheeks, of course. We all know.
Yeah, nobody likes rusty butt cheeks.
Yeah, nobody
We've
likes.
all been there. We're
We've
all
all been
pushing
there with the
40.
rusty butt cheeks. We
Well,
know.
pushing 40, it just kind of falls out at this point. You know what I mean?
I can relate. Let me tell you.
7 years in the Navy.
So you've been kind of really on the social media part and being successful really for the
Yeah.
past 2 years. And like,
Mhm.
in that world, what's changed in the space in those 2 years? Anything of substance?
Um, I don't think a whole lot has changed in social media. It's pretty par for the course.
Hmm.
Um, as far as my content goes, I try to keep it out of social media as far as like posting on Facebook. I don't go on to like the Turbo Bricks Facebook page and post videos.
Right.
Initially, I did, but I decided that it was better to just let people find the channel naturally. Because in social media, you can you just get lost in the jumbled up
Yeah.
mix of everything.
Yeah.
So
So
you just become another link to click.
yeah, it's
It's
really difficult. And
mhm.
so it actually goes back to sort of then how do you, when you interact with your subscribers and followers, what medium is that, primarily through the YouTube page directly or email or like
Well, that's a good question. So I have of course, a YouTube channel. So in comment section is pretty popular. I do have the community tab for the YouTube channel,
Mm,
but that's it's a small subset of guys, 20 guys. Well,
mm,
I think it's all men. I believe it is. Um, and then we have the Instagram, which is Brap Brap Dean, paying
mhm.
homage to my Rotary side, which I'm a Rotary guy, but nobody likes Rotary content on YouTube apparently.
No,
So yeah, for whatever reason, which Rotaries are fun. Um, that and emails, yeah, we have info at Dina Machines, which is where a lot of people reach out for parts or cars.
mm,
I had people reach out because they want me to come take their car, just because they want somebody to do something with it.
that's cool.
And then of course Facebook, where we're out there on all of the Volvo pages.
Hmm.
Um, a buddy of mine locally here runs the Volvo Club of America page for the Southeast. So, you know, talking with him all the time. And as far as like comments on threads and on Facebook, that's, you know, a lot of people recognize my name when
Hmm.
we're just bullshitting in comments. Excuse my language. Can we swear in this? Can you take that out? I don't swear.
I don't know. I can bleep it or something. I don't know.
Bleep. Just
Bleep.
gotta bleep.
So what's the next level for you and what will change for you when you hit that level?
So the next level for me is probably committing to a shop space.
Mm,
And what will change is I'll have a little bit more room to exercise filming cars, right? So, and that's really a challenge that I run into mostly right now. I'm always talking about the lawn care enthusiasts in my videos. Because between planes and lawnmowers, leaf blowers, the neighbors driving up and down the road, in and out of the driveway, starting cars, leaving their car running in the driveway with an open exhaust, or just loud music, it's
yeah.
as an autist, there's plenty of distractions. All that stuff shows up when you're trying to edit. And especially if you use like I just got a pretty decent studio headset here that I use for editing, you pick up all the noise
Yeah.
when you're editing. You really recognize it, and it's distracting when you're trying to edit a video. And if you're trying to watch it, it's distracting then too, and it takes away from what you're trying to do in the video.
Yeah. Audio is super important. I
Yeah.
mean, it can make or break a video.
Yep.
If get the mic, put it up here, it's fine.
Yep.
But like, you'll see this guy, he's trying really hard. He's got a good setup. View looks great, and the wind is just blowing past the
Yeah.
microphone
It's
or
no
the
good.
camera, and you can't hear him. And you're like, I
Hmm.
want to give you a chance, man. I really do, but I can't
Yeah.
do it.
I.
So I saw an inspiring but ominous post on your
Uh-oh.
YouTube. It was an empty driveway,
Oh yeah. Well, because we're loading
2000.
everything into
Yeah.
storage
So
units.
yeah. So talk about what's coming up next and what 2025 has in store for you and for your subscribers and your cars.
So we're working on the shop space still. We do have a unit that I looked at earlier in the week. Not technically supposed to work out of it, but it does give me a lot of space where I can film cars and whatnot. It's I'm trying to decide if it's worth spending the money on a space that I can't work out of,
Mm,
or if I should take that money and I should continue putting it into the house here so I can try to develop a space I can work out of. Unfortunately, staying at the house, you know, if we have one neighbor that's just calling the cops all the time, it's not good for anybody and not good for anything.
yeah. Yeah. It's a
It's
lot of stress. I mean, I could
it's very
tell.
stressful.
Yeah. Yeah. I could tell watching the videos and just, because there's so little you can do about it.
Yeah.
When somebody has it in for you,
Yeah.
the letter of the law can come down pretty
Yep.
hard, so it's
Hmm.
yeah.
Well,
um
between the codes, we don't know for a fact that it's this one guy that moved in. It could be any one of my neighbors that are super friendly with me. I mean,
it
this
could
is
be
the South.
me.
It could have been you.
You don't even live
Oh,
there. And I'm
it
just
could
like,
have been you.
I'm
It
sending the video
I don't
link.
know
Look at this
otherwise.
guy.
I don't know otherwise, right? So we without knowing, we can't address it. We can't talk
Yeah.
to anybody and say, hey, you know what is it that we did that you didn't like,
Yeah.
and how do we work forward from this?
Yeah.
There's none of that. It's just show up and make complaints. But we had,
So what other stuff for 2025 is coming that you can reveal
oh,
this
I'm pretty
time?
much an open book here, man. Like we have a chicken house nearly full of all those that
Nice.
are coming down the pipe.
I'm
So
jealous.
don't be, it's stressful, but they need to come and they need to go.
Right.
So when they come through the channel, they will be available, and anybody who's interested can get their hands on one of those cars. And we plan on putting together cars that are functional. They're not like driver, like they're um, not something you would immediately daily drive, but
Mm-hmm.
they're functional to a point where okay, you've got it running, it's driving, you can work on it. They're projects that can be had that
Mm-hmm.
you can take from me for a reasonable price, and you fund the channel and you get a car,
Ah, that sounds
right?
great.
So yeah,
It's really kind of funny because you are sort of creating a future or even current network of enthusiasts, right?
yeah, yep. And that's always important to me, is being able to reach anybody who has even the smallest interest in this genre of car and this community. Being having been a part of the Volvo community for almost 20 years now, which is incredible to say at
Yeah.
38 years old next week.
Oh,
Uh,
happy birthday.
hey, thank you, thank you. Uh, I I genuinely care about this community, and I've seen what happens in other communities. Being a part of the Rotary community, and also, little known fact, the Turbo Dodge community. Huh? Long, long time ago, I used to be into Turbo Dodge stuff. Remember the Plymouth, the Dodge Shadow, that
Mention
whole
that.
thing. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes.
I had a bunch of Turbo Dodge stuff from the 80s.
I drove my Omni today.
Did you?
I did.
I forgot you had an Omni. I had the Shelby GLH.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
You
L
know,
body.
the bottom of the line bone stock.
Yeah.
It's probably more rare than yours actually, because
Yeah, I
nobody
mean,
wanted it.
nobody wanted them. They're still free if you
Oh,
can find them. Yeah.
the poor thing.
People
It's fun to
pay to
drive.
get rid of those.
Yeah, it's like you never see them though.
Yeah.
You never see them.
Well, that's the fun part, right?
Yeah.
Just driving. I think what's funny, me and my partner here, both of us, when we see an older car, even if it's just like an 80s or a 90s, like a Kano box, like a
Yeah.
Camry or Corolla
Yeah.
base model, if it is in decent shape, the paint's good on it and super clean, looks like a nice drivable car. We love it. We like those more than like a McLaren or a Lamborghini. We don't care about any of that
I saw a
stuff though.
91 Accord today, and I was like, "Oh!"
Yeah,
My wife was like,
I know. I don't care. She's like, hey, she gets to ride around in a Prowler, so
she's spoiled. So to kind of get close to wrapping things up a little bit, well, you didn't really talk about what you're doing. What did you finish up your 2005 as much
yeah.
as you
Well, like
wanted
I
to or
said, we
do?
we have we got a chicken house full of Volvos, and we're going through those. And if anybody's interested in
You're living the
some of those
dream.
cars, yeah, I don't know about that.
I've
It's
got
very
the
stressful.
I've got the chicken house. I just don't have the cars.
Yeah. See, I can just get a truck and I'll ship them your way.
Don't tell me that. Don't. So to zoom out a little bit and just really talk about social media for a minute. Yeah, zoom out. Um, what is sort of your feeling about social media and
Mm,
influencer culture and
it's
building community, and
terrible.
how do those things, do they work or not work? Are they, building community?
I believe in in the system. I believe that the you can build a culture fairly. You can build a really good community around something like a YouTube channel, but you have to be careful once you start branching over into social media,
Mm.
because everybody has an opinion, which is may or may not be credible. Okay, right? Uh,
True. True.
and on social media, people are more than willing to give their opinion. So you have to be careful about,
So what I
you know,
actually
the
hear you
kind of
saying
things you
is
do.
you don't really consider YouTube social media.
You know, in a way, I don't. I don't. I guess I don't know. It makes a lot of sense to call it social media, and I think of YouTube, um, more of like an old school aspect.
Mm,
So when it comes to the social side of it, you know, I think of YouTube as putting dumb videos on the internet 15 years ago, right?
hmm
Now YouTube's more of an ad platform,
hmm Yeah.
advertisement, money making.
Super polished,
Yeah.
production value, team of six
Yeah.
going out there
Yeah.
with their script writers and their editors and all that stuff,
Yeah.
yeah. So you're real old school.
Yeah.
Old school.
Run and gun kind of guy. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we're ready for hot takes time.
Oh, hot takes.
Hot take.
Okay. This is my favorite part.
We're gonna start off easy.
I love hot cakes.
Have you ever driven an electric car?
Yes. Yeah. I have a video about driving a Polestar.
I don't think I saw that.
Yeah. It's fun.
I missed that one. What were your
It's in
thoughts?
there. Uh, I think electric cars are pretty cool. I love the instant torque
Hmm.
from electric motors. I think they're incredibly fast. Though the other side of it is I feel like there's no heart, no soul to the car because you push the button, it goes, right? There's no I dare I say organic feeling to it because you're taking fuel, you're combusting it, and it's natural that that combustion is shoving the piston down, turning the crank, spinning the wheels in your driveway, and pissing off your new neighbor. That's you can do that with an electric car. It is possible to do that with an electric car, but it's very synthetic. It's like talking to an AI. You're not having a genuine conversation with somebody. You're just getting pre-programmed responses.
Yeah, you're not
You know,
driving it. Like
no,
literally with when you have a manual transmission, you are
yeah,
driving the
yeah,
machine, right? As opposed
it,
to riding on a
mhm,
machine.
yeah. You're along for the ride in an electric car.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
kind of like driving an old school manual transmission where you're crushing through the gears. That's,
Yeah. And I feel like that part of the artificiality also it leaks over into the design too. Because
yeah,
I think a lot of them are over engineered and under designed.
yep,
There's so much emphasis on wind resistance and coefficients of drag and
yeah.
all that crap. They all
Like
look
the
like
App
toy
Aptera.
drops floating. Just, so there's a lack of character. I think some have pulled
Yeah.
it off really well. I think the lyric is a sharp vehicle. Um, there are a few others out there, but
Mm,
for the most part, they've kind of sacrificed a lot on the design side
yeah.
for numbers.
Excellent designs like the Cybertruck, the
So
rolling
let me
refrigerator.
talk about the Cybertruck for a
Uh-oh. I like to
So I
hear a
think
story.
no, not really, but I
A
think
story and opinion anyway.
it really sort of exemplifies the fact that I told somebody a few years ago that Tesla was an electric car company,
Hmm.
electric vehicle company, not a car company, right?
Yeah.
They didn't understand cars and car culture. They knew how to make electric vehicles.
Yeah.
And the Cybertruck really shows that because they really missed an opportunity to own a pickup
Mm,
truck space.
yeah.
Like that's probably a multi-billion-dollar mistake.
Hmm.
And so it's sort of when I see the Cybertruck, that's what I see. I see um, flash over function
Yeah. I
and
see
a
it as a
lack.
meme. It's a joke. It's a joke. I mean, look at Elon Musk, man. Like everything about him is, you know, internet tech bro, 2000s internet guy. You know what I mean? Like look at the internet 2005.
I wish I could, if you could figure out anything he wanted other than to be himself, right? There's no ideology there. We
Yeah.
were not going to go into politics. This is
Yeah.
not a politics show,
Yeah.
but I have gone into politics before.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's kind of a lot of flashover function, and
Yeah.
I think that's hurt. It's probably hurt electric vehicles more
Hmm.
because they've lost a lot of character. And you're saying,
Yeah.
and like you're saying, they're so generically the same.
Yeah.
You
Everything is just
yeah,
rewarmed garbage. No, I'm
yeah,
just kidding. That's not fair. The EV technology is really cool and it's very high tech. And there's a lot of work that goes into making the batteries work. There's a lot of work that makes the torque curves work and trying to get a car like a Polestar 2 with dual motor, screeching along. What is the Hummer EV that's like 1,000 horsepower?
yeah.
Like, come on,
Well,
that's
the
incredible. That
Lucid, even the Lucids are like 1,111 horsepower, I
Yeah,
think.
it's insane. It's
Yeah,
incredible amounts of power that they're putting down, but eh,
yeah. It's like,
there's no okay. It's like
well,
okay, you get an LS and you turbo it, and now you're making 1,000 horsepower. Even then, it's like
it's still cooler though. It's
I'd
cool.
rather have the LS, right?
And it'll turn more heads.
Yeah, it'll make noise. I want it to make noise. The autistic side of me loves noisy things.
All
So,
right, hot take number two. Are you ready?
oh yeah, there's more of them.
Yeah,
Okay,
one more hot take.
only one more. We can do
Only
more.
one. All right, Taiwan. Does
Oh,
China have the capability to take Taiwan by force? Why or why not?
does China have the capability to take Taiwan by force? I don't know if I can speak on this because of my military background. Yes, I think China could easily take Taiwan. Come
I
on,
just want your credible opinion. That's all.
my credible opinion. My firm credible opinion is we should be afraid of China. They have the numbers, they have the tech, and they have yeah,
Yeah, it's even with
yeah,
what's it, Deep Seek
yeah, deep sea.
last week.
Yeah,
Earth shattering,
yep.
earth shattering moment.
So we were talking about deep seek earlier and just China in general. We don't think the next World War is gonna be, I guess, publicized, in the open space. You know what I mean? We think it's gonna be a cyber thing. If it's not already happening, it may be. It's just we don't know what hackers are doing behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, you don't know what seeds are planted, and you really don't know what your response capability
Yeah,
is if you don't know how penetrated your systems are.
yeah.
So,
If you know that your systems are penetrated, right?
yeah, the deep seek thing was really hilarious because I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we're just going to dump all of our stuff over there now." But actually, I have thought about putting it on a sort of sandboxed, uh, downloading it and just
Mm.
playing around with it because I'm very curious about it. It seems really interesting.
Yeah, I want to download it.
So
See if I can
we'll,
teach you to make YouTube videos.
we'll do another hot take. You ready for another hot take?
Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
Oh, we're going crazy. So
Yeah.
AI, what is your experience with AI, and have you used it, and how often do you use it, and what do you use it for?
Well, uh, I think my favorite part about AI is making it draw Volvo 240s. Because you get, I saw you post one the other day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It
I
was impressive.
love seeing the AI perspective on Volvo 240s and camping. And camping is the other one. Because you ask AI to draw you a picture of camping,
I've
and you
seen
got a
some.
lady sitting outside a tent, and the campfire is inside the tent, engulfing the whole tent. Like, that's camping. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You go camping with my uncle. That's how it always was. The tent's on fire
So, do
again.
you use it regularly for anything in
I
your
do
work?
not. No, I don't do any sort of AI things. A lot of my life is very analog. So I'm always, hands-on working on things professionally, of course. So whenever when the AI overlords take over, they'll keep me around because I'm the hands-on guy.
You're gonna keep the AI running. Good job.
Yeah, and
Thanks.
yeah, they'll be my overlord. I'll be enslaved, and yeah, that'll be about it. Yeah.
So much for team humans, right?
Yep. Yeah, we are obsolete.
So
Yeah.
we're in last. action items. Do you have
Action
one
items.
or two things you would like people to take away from this or
Mm,
go do or see?
I think uh best takeaway, if anybody could take anything away from me right now, is do whatever you're doing for you.
Hmm.
Do what you need to do to make yourself happy. And that way, when it comes to being around anybody else, if they are trying to make themselves happy, you align yourself with other people who are doing similar things that make, if everybody's just making themselves happy and, you can just work together to be happy, right?
I
So
like that.
don't chase clout, don't chase money. It's not worth it. Just do what you need to do to be happy. Pay your bills. I guess it goes against being happy now because nobody has money because thanks economy.
I like that. That's
Yeah,
good. Huh. Is
yeah.
that all you got? You don't have another one?
No, no, that's
That's it.
what happened. I just blacked out there. What's
The
going
well
on?
is dry.
I start drooling and can't talk anymore.
Well, I just want to say congratulations on what you've done so far. It's really kind of been cool to watch over two mountain meets, right? I kind of
Yeah,
hammered just kind of
yeah.
getting started,
It's
and
cool that you come out to mountain meet so I can see you.
I know we enjoy it. We really enjoy going out there now. It's really
Best time of the
cool.
year.
Huh?
It's the best trip of the year, in my
Yeah,
opinion. Yeah.
yeah.
It's just so
Uh,
laid back.
yeah, it's just a good time to get away. If you don't
Mm,
know, Mountain Meat is where all these Volvo folks just kind of show up in the mountains for a few days, and
mm.
it's really kind of cool.
Yeah,
And
hide out in a cabin or
eat
your
good
tent.
food.
Yeah,
Good
lots of
food.
food.
Mm. But yeah, and I just wish you the best too as you go forward and
Thank
stuff.
you. I appreciate that.
I really hope you can get to that next level because
100K, baby. Let's.
it's like there's you want to see authentic people doing authentic
Yeah.
things and succeeding, right?
Yep.
And it's
Yeah,
hard
that's
to do.
important.
So so I wish you the best, and
Thank you.
you're doing better than I am. Look at you knocking it out of the park.
Well, hopefully, maybe this won't be the last credible opinion that I'm a part of, and we can.
No, actually, it'll be really. We'll bring you back because I'd love to like kind of hear your
Yeah,
progress and
sure.
kind of
Yeah, happy to do it.
uh, one last thing other than the
Oh,
advice you gave. We'll make this sort of another hot take or feedback.
okay.
What advice would you give someone who wants to build that YouTube channel?
Mm, that's tough. That's tough. Being an automotive YouTuber is extremely expensive.
Mm,
If you can, let's say that if you have to start a YouTube channel, don't get attached to the cars
mm,
because it's expensive to build a car. It's expensive time wise
mhm.
uh, to take the time to build it. You have to have time for your family and wife and whatnot. So don't get attached to the cars. Be able to bring the car in, work with the car, do the content you need to do, and then sell the car to get the money back out of it to put into the next project.
Yeah,
So if
business.
you have to do automotive content, treat it like a business. I tend to keep everything I build, and it's very frustrating and expensive because we have to store 24 cars now, and the neighbors don't like it, and
Uh,
the county doesn't like it. But I like them. They're cool. That's all
it's
that
a
counts.
very do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, yeah. So fortunately, Shanice, my old lady, she's very into Volvos too, cars in general. That's how our whole relationship started. So we're two peas in a pod when it comes to the massive collection of shit boxes we have.
Yeah, and you and I both have to give her a shout out because it's a
Yeah,
tremendous amount of support you've got in your corner over there.
yeah. Shout out to Monique of Machines, uh, niece Monique on Instagram if you want to check her out. She's got more of a photogenic eye. She takes more time and thought to take cool Instagram pictures of her cars. I don't
How's
really
that
do
working
that.
out for her though?
It's good. She's got a good following over there. So,
That's
but
cool.
she tries to stay out of the limelight. She doesn't. she's not really an influencer. She doesn't want to be a part of that scene, so she doesn't cater to only getting followers. She
Mhm.
just enjoys her cars, takes a picture once in a while, and that's about it.
Yeah. It's kind of exposing your hobby, old school, right?
Yeah,
Exposing
yeah,
your hobby to the world versus
yep.
trying to like dominate a space or
Hmm.
something.
Yeah, and again, that's important to remember when you're uh, taking part in your hobby. Do it for you,
Mm,
right? Just
yeah,
take the picture of your car because you think it looks cool. Build
yeah.
the car that you think looks cool. Don't build it because you want people to think you spent a lot of money. Don't build it because you want people to think you have a lot of money. That's not a good idea ever. You know, live within your means and live low key.
Yeah, it's one of the things I really like enjoy about our cars and coffee. We have a
Yeah,
very small,
yeah,
quaint cars and coffee. And
yeah.
there was a guy, he had, man, what was he driving? I don't remember. It was some beat up old like Ford Explorer or something.
Really,
And he was parked in a different lot. And I was like, well, where's your car? And he's like, oh, it's over there. Nobody wants to see that. I was like, bring
just
it
bring it
over
on over.
for
Yeah,
people to see the. There was one meet. We had cars from 7 decades. Seven
that's pretty
decades.
incredible.
Yeah, it
Seven
was really
decades.
cool. So it's like we welcome everything except, the really loud, don't do your loud muffler and spin your
Yeah,
wheels off and all
yeah.
that and stuff. It's
Don't
very,
sit in the
very
parking lot hitting the two
right.
step. Yeah, cars
Yeah,
and coffee, just low key, man. Just enjoy the vibe.
yeah.
Just settle
I like
down.
that quote. We're gonna close on enjoy the vibe.
Yeah, enjoy the vibe.
Enjoy the vibe. That might be the
Yep.
new title for the episode. Enjoy the vibe.
Enjoy the vibe. Hey, whatever you got to name it. You know,
I like the chaos, man. All right,
old
Dean. Thanks so
old
much
man loves
for
vibe.
joining me and everyone else, and hopefully we'll see you soon. And I'm excited to see what you do with all those cars.
Thank you, Damian.
I want one or more of them, but I will not be allowed to get one.
Well, let me know which one you want, and maybe I'll drive it to
I'm
you.
not. I kind of messed up our ending. I went off again.
Yeah, we're
I was like trying to close out. All right.
ADHD.
Well. All right. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for stopping by.